What's going on, everybody? Sparky 991 coming guys another video. Coming at you guys with my Eagles 49ers Week 13 preview. So here we are. Rematch of the 2022 NFC Championship game. Eagles, of course, won that game 31-7. 49er fans have been talking a lot because the way that game went down. They lost their quarterback Brock Purdy early in that game, and they also lost their backup quarterback behind Purdy as well in that game. Two quarterbacks got injured in that game, and 49 fans have been talking ever since about how it wasn't, quote-unquote, a fair game because they lost Brock Purdy. As we all know, this is football. Stuff happens. You know, I felt bad for Brock Purdy when he went down that game. Absolutely felt terrible for him. You never want to see that happen to a player. But at the end of the day, it's football. But 49er fans have been talking since that game and talking about how they, quote-unquote, are the better team. Well, talk is cheap. Let's see if you guys can do a better job and actually protect your quarterback in this game. For the Eagles and those Eagles fans, this is just another game on our schedule. Another game that we want to win because we want to continue to keep our edge in the NFC, seeded for that first round. For that for that playoff seeding. We're trying to keep the number one seed. So this is just yet another game that we're trying to win to strengthen our claim of that number one seed. Like we got, we won it last year as well, number one seed. We're trying to keep a string on that. But for a lot of these 49ers players and fans, they have literally had this game marked in their calendar. When the schedule came out, they literally marked this game down on their calendar. Because for them, it's quote-unquote revenge. It's some personal beef for whatever reason that which they started themselves, because they were the ones doing all the talking. They were the ones that came to Philadelphia, putting their 49ers gear on the Rocky statue, and talking about how the Eagles stood no chance against their team. And then, of course, their quarterback goes out, and it does. I will admit, as an Eagles fan, it did change the dynamic of the game. But I'm going to put it like this. Brock Purdy, it don't matter who they had at quarterback. I'm very confident in my team, and I'm very confident we would have won that game regardless. Just like I am confident that we're going to win this game. Now, they're doing a lot of trash talking. The fan bases are doing a lot of trash talking on social media. I'm seeing more 49er fans than Eagles fans. And I'm seeing the players such as Deebo Samuel are doing a lot of trash talking as well. But at the end of the day, at 4:25 p.m. Eastern, Lincoln Financial Field, for 60 minutes, all that trash talking don't mean a damn thing. Only thing that's going to matter is for 60 minutes on that football field come Sunday afternoon. Now, the 49ers may be very energetic and hyped up for this game. Oh, but best believe the Eagles are going to be prepared for this game as well. We just have different motivations for this game. You guys are, quote-unquote, seeking revenge because we knocked your quarterback out in the game. We knocked two of your quarterbacks out in the game. That's football. Those were completely legal hits. Not our problem that your quarterbacks got knocked out. You want to be mad at somebody? Be mad at your offensive line for not doing their job of protecting your quarterback. Hassan Reddick, our pass rusher, was doing his job against the quarterback. It sucks that Purdy got hurt on that play. I don't wish that on no player. But at the end of the day, it's football. So you guys, your old line better do a better job and protect your quarterback this time around, because I don't want to hear no excuses from 49er fans when the Eagles win this game. And if the Eagles don't win this game, then we are still fine. We are still the number one seed. And I would tip my hat to the 49ers if they come into Philadelphia and win the game. The forecast has been kind of wonky again. It sounds like it could be yet another rainy game. The last two games have been rainy and messy for the Eagles. But the Eagles, I guess, hey, they've won both of those games, So this right here is gonna be fun. You got two of the best teams, two best teams in the NFC going at it. Two powerhouses in the NFC going at it. It should be a lot of fun to watch. And if it's an injury-free game and the Eagles win this game, I don't want to hear no excuses from 49er fans about how, quote-unquote, the refs, which we've been hearing a lot of, screwed them out of the game. No. You have Brock Purdy. Y'all was talking about how it would have been a different game if Brock Purdy was out there. Well, we're going to find out this Sunday afternoon. Win or lose, I will be here. Win or lose, I'm still very confident in my team. You know, this is the team that we very well could see down the road, you know, in the playoffs yet again in the 49ers. But I'm confident in my team. I love my team. And, you know, regardless of what happens, the Eagles are still the number 1 seed in the NFC. So, you know, it might be quote-unquote personal for 49ers fans, but at the end of the day, for us, it's business. We're trying to take care of our business and make sure that we hold on to that number 1 seed in the playoffs. Now, coming to this game, the keys to victory are always the same, man. It starts with the big men up front, the trenches. Offensive line, defensive line, those guys, everybody has to do their job. But in this game, we have to get on the roll early. We have to score early. We have to be consistent, and we have to keep the 49ers offense off the field as much as possible. They're going up against a pretty solid defense in the 49ers defense, but I definitely believe that we can move the ball against this defense, against this 49ers defense, and I believe I think we're going to have our first complete game of the season. I truly do. Fingers crossed, I believe we're going to have our first complete game of the season. You looked at the Eagles, you know, against the Bills, they shot themselves in the foot early, and they came back and got the job done. I think the Eagles are going to be consistent for 4 quarters in this game. They know it's at stake. They hear all the chatter and yapping that 49ers players have been saying this week, especially Deebo Samuel. And I think, no, they're going to take that as motivation, and they're going to go out there and they're going to get the job done. But like I said, it starts off with the trenches, offensive line, defensive line. First and foremost, the pass rush. Pass rush has got to get there. We have got to get to Brock Purdy early, and we have got to hit him early. We cannot let him feel comfortable in that pocket. Cannot let him get relaxed. We got to keep him pressured the entire game. When it comes to running backs, you got Christian McCaffrey, who's one of the best running backs in the game. This guy is a true game changer, and he can really take over a game if you allow him to take over the game. We got to make sure that we do not allow Brock Purdy to take over the game. You know, we got to take away the running game from the 49ers, and we got to try to force Brock Purdy to try to beat us with his arm. If we get him in that predicament where they're not having success on the ground, Brock Purdy has to throw the ball a lot more than usual, then we got the 49ers exactly where we want them at. When it comes to their receivers, you know, Brandon Ayuk, one of the players that talked a lot of smack after that NFC title game. And, of course, Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel is one of those guys that they love to use on the run option. They love to have him, you know, run behind the line of scrimmage and run with the ball. He's one of those dynamic playmakers. I don't take anything away from him. We got to make sure that we have Deebo Samuel accounted for all times. We got to make sure that Brandon Ayuk is not able to burn us in this game. You know, Deebo Samuel's been talking a lot of smack. James Bradbury responded back saying that, you know, all that matters, really basically in effect, what happens on the field is all that matters. You know, I hope they take the trash talking and they use it to their advantage to motivate them for this game. So, yeah, take away Christian McCaffrey. Make sure that we have Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, those guys covered. George Kittle, one of the best tight ends in the game. One of the best tight ends in the game. We got to make sure we do not allow him to kill us in the middle of the field, because that's what Brock Purdy loves. George Kittle is definitely a safety blanket type of player for him, a guy that he depends on, especially in third down situations, that we have to make sure is accounted for. Now, offensively, like I said, we got to get at it early. We got to get the running game going early. Take some pressure off of Jalen Hurts. Get that running game going early with DeAndre Swift and, of course, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott. Get the running game going early. Let's try to wear down this defensive line of the San Francisco 49ers, which is a pretty damn good defensive line. You know, you got Nick Bosa. You have Hargrave, who obviously was with the Eagles last year. You have you have Chase Young, who obviously played with the with Washington. You know, we played them already twice this year. So this is a pretty darn good defensive line, and O-line's gonna have to have a very good game. You know, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, like I said, Hargrave. Those guys are some beasts up there on that 49ers D line. But you know, I feel pretty good about our O-line getting the job done. We got great news that Lane Johnson is going to be coming back. He's going to be back for this game. Cam Jurgens is healthy. So we're getting some key guys in this game. They're going to be healthy for this game, and we're going to need them going up against this pass rush. You know, Nick Bosa in the NFC title game last year, I felt pretty good about the way Lane Johnson did very well against him. So I feel pretty good about making sure that we have Nick Bosa accounted for. We got to make sure that, you know, Jordan Mailata, you know, he's going to see a lot of Chase Young. We saw Chase Young already twice, obviously, when he played for Washington this year. He was effectively, he was pretty much ineffective in those games. But, you know, we got to make sure that, you know, we still have him at all times accounted for. So, yeah. Get the running game going early. That will open up things in the passing game. Dallas Goedert has been talking about how he's trying to get back for this game. We'll see what happens there, but whoever's playing tight end, we can exploit this 49ers defense with the play action pass. And then of course, further off in the passing game with AJ Brown, I expect AJ Brown to have a big day today in this game. And of course, Devontae Smith, who's been phenomenal for us. You know, Julio Jones, I would love to see more of Julio Jones as well. But the most important thing is we gotta be consistent. We gotta move that ball down the field consistently, keeping the 49ers offense off the field as much as possible. You know, we gotta be consistent with moving this ball in this game. So yeah, I got the Eagles win this game. I got us winning. I'm picking us to win this game by a score of 35-28. 35-28. I got us win this game. It's gonna be an absolute fight, absolute dogfight of a game, and I can't wait. Sorry about that, guys. I am getting interrupted there. But yeah, like I said, everybody has to do their job, man. You know, we got to be consistent on offense. We got to score points consistently. I believe the Eagles are going to put together their first complete game this year. I believe the Eagles are motivated for this game. They understand what's at stake in this game. You know, Eagles, regardless of the outcome, will still have the edge of the NFC #1 seed race. But at the end of the day, they want to beat another very good quality opponent. And I expect this team to be ready, and they're going to get the job done. Offense, special teams, defense, everybody has to do their job. Britton Covey, you know, I've been one of his biggest critics for the longest, but he's been a lot better as time has gone on. We need him to be consistent, you know, with the return game, you know, setting the offense up in good positions. Jake Elliott continues to prove why he is one of the better kickers in the game. Absolutely clutching that Bills game when we needed him the most. I have full confidence when it comes to with Jake Elliott. But yeah, I got the Eagles win this game. I got us win this game by a score of 35-28. I think it's gonna be a fun game, especially if you're not an Eagles or 49ers fan. I think just watching a very good football game, I think you're gonna get that out of this game. Like I said, the two NFC powerhouses, the two biggest NFC powerhouses right now, going at it. What else can you ask for? But yeah, that's my preview for this game. I can't wait to kick back on Sunday and enjoy this game. Root on my Birds to get the job done. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As always, go Birds. Spunky Knights and Ones out of here. Fly, go fly. Peace.
That's all, folks.